optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers, Thanasis and Alex, hosted a pop-up event at their clothing store in Deer District. A big crowd gathered with just a few hours' notice. Fans lining up down the block, excited to meet the NBA All-Star and his brothers. And although many Bucks fans are nervous Giannis might leave Milwaukee, they were still very thrilled to see him.
Him being here brought to the city and recreated the city and allowed downtown to flourish and grow. I mean, it means everything.
If I never get to see the northern lights, or if I never get to see the Eiffel Tower at night, or if all I got is your hand in my hand, baby, I could die a happy man.
Oh,
I don't care what else we do today.
that's it. Nothing else matters for me. I'll tell you that.
All right. What's up, Wisconsin? You cannot possibly be having a better day than Josh Albrecht today.
It's true. Definitely you didn't yesterday.
Sorry about the tornadoes. Sorry about the water. Can't celebrate any of that, but Josh met Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Sure did. After 6 years of waiting, trying, asking people, honestly, leveraging this profession, trying to talk to other media members. Hey, do you know where he's going to be?
Oh, I have questions.
Trying to do everything in my power to make this happen, and it finally happened.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi!
Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Let's play catch-up. Warm up the bus. They did that. They're on the road. And yesterday, Randall Cobb spoke to the media. Here is a piece from Fox 11 here in Green Bay on why Matthew Golden had the year he did and what he thinks could be in the future.
Yes, and neither did Jordan, neither did Tay. I mean, he had probably more opportunities because we weren't as deep in that year. That's the way it goes. When you're playing in an offense like this, you need multiple guys that can make plays. And yes, he was a first-round pick, and yes, the expectation was really high, but I think his ceiling is really high. And to see him end the season the way that he did in Chicago, was so proud of that moment and for him to have the opportunity. Obviously, wish the game would have turned out differently. But I think that's something to build on and something for him to realize that he has the capability and he'll probably have more opportunity now with less guys in the room.
Opportunity was the question, and the answer was, well, Jordy didn't have opportunity. Devontae Adams didn't have opportunity. Randall Cobb himself, not a ton of opportunity in their rookie years. Matthew Golden had 361 yards on 29 catches in his rookie season, and that bummed a lot of people out. Well, let's compare, shall we? Jordy Nelson, pretty good Packer.
Not bad.
Rookie year, 33 catches, 366 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the regular season. Remember, Golden had the one in the playoffs. Devontae Adams, 38 catches, 446 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Randall Cobb had 25 catches for 375 yards and 1 touchdown. That's his way of saying RELAX. Matthew Golden's going to be just fine. And back to Nelson, Adams, and Randall Cobb himself, this is what the Packers do: draft and develop. So let's just keep our pants on with Matthew Golden, shall we? As Randall Cobb and others are around the state of Wisconsin on the Packers tour bus. The Packers tour bus is sick.
Yeah, it looked just as cool as you'd hope it would. I gotta just say, it is cool to have Cobb come out and say that. I think everything he said is true, though, too. Like, if you're Golden, for as much as we were complaining about Golden getting opportunities last year, not having as many people there, we're going to see what Golden's got this year, right? If they still don't utilize Golden enough this year, then we're going to have a lot of questions because they got rid of everyone taking a spot.
I was going to say, I don't think they have much choice moving forward.
Right.
We'll see if we hear from the Packers bus today. Working on it. No promises. I do can't promise that Doug Gottlieb's can. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, don't promise that.
How about the Brewers?
Yeah, Brewers. We get okay.
Brewers.
Damn it, Trevor.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, not great.
Well, here's what it sounded like.
And this appearance couldn't come quick enough for Trevor. He wants to put that last appearance out of his mind.
And that ball is deep in the left center field. Mitchell on the run, and it stays in, bounces off the wall, then bounces up and over the yellow line. That is a ground rule double, and thank goodness that saves a run. The 1-1 on the ground through and a base hit. In to score is Straw. They'll hold Schneider. And the Blue Jays have tied it here in the ninth inning.
It's been a while since McGill has been able to record it out. They couldn't do it on Friday. First three reach here tonight.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And it only got worse from there, which we'll discuss more in the Malott Meets Morning Mind Dump. But boy, oh boy, did I not say yesterday? We talked about the secret sauce. I said that I don't think we appreciated enough last season how that bullpen, if we got a lead, held them down. Or it allowed the bats to scrap and come back and win one. Not good what's going on with McGill. And honestly, it's more than McGill, but he's the one that the spotlight's on right now.
Well, it's because it all fell apart with McGill. Jacob Mizorowski had a good game. 5 1/3 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs. When they hit a Jacob Mizorowski ball, it goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. True.
DL Hall had a good outing. Angel Zerpa had a good outing. Uribe, 1 earned run. That doesn't help. And then Trevor McGill. And then, of course, Grant Anderson comes in and says, hold my beer.
Right. This is the thing with when you have your setup man, your closer, right? You got 2 guys in a perfect world. And this is how it used to be that if you really, when they used to let starting pitching go longer, it was like if you had an ace, they went 7,
mm-hmm.
and then you had your setup, your closer, you're done. And then it was for the days when your starting pitcher didn't do well that you needed the middle relief help. Well, the middle relief last night, just fine.
Yeah.
Get to your setup, man. Gives up a run. He's been struggling, continues. Goes to your closer, even worse. You can't have games falling apart in the 8th and 9th with your 2 best guys. Can't have it.
Matt Arnold, breaking news, actually got Brandon Sproat because he's a good closer. Maybe we'll go that route. I don't know.
Try something. We got to try something. We'll talk about that more in the Malott Meets Morning Mind Up, as I mentioned. However, Trev, it wasn't like there wasn't an opportunity to still win the game, right?
Well, then we should bring Joey Ortiz to the plate, of course.
Can we please make sure that the bases are also loaded?
Always loaded.
With 2 outs, maybe? That would be great.
One of them right here. 3-2 the count. Hoffman delivers. Mitchell takes ball 4. The bases are loaded.
Well, now it's going to be up to Joey Ortiz.
And Ortiz chased it. Down he goes on 3 pitches. Varland strikes out Joey Ortiz to end the inning.
It's not even like a good at bat. It's like, oh my God, it's Joey Ortiz again. 3 pitches, swinging strikeout. Oh my Lord.
I literally tweeted, Joey, you need this. We need this. Let's do this. And then
a few moments later.
Or not. Or not.
Yeah. It's just,
And that's when I said to Amanda, I might fall asleep here. So if this gets crazy, wake me up, please. And she woke me up. But nonetheless, it didn't get as crazy as we would have liked. And the Brewers dropped their 6th in a row. Gross.
Yeah, not good. Not good. They need a win. They needed a win last night. Now they more desperately need a win. And I think what they just need a early clobbering. Like they need to find a way to come out against the Blue Jays tonight and just go up 8-2 by the 3rd inning and just let whoever needs to, whoever's on the mound, I don't even know who's on the mound tonight, but they need to go in and just be able to coast. Give the bullpen a ability to reset with a big lead and just get a win. It's kind of like when you're shooting hoops and just by yourself and you keep missing and missing. And so then you go and you do like a layup to just put the ball in the hoop to kind of like reset it. Yeah. That's what they need. The Brewers need a layup reset.
I used to practice basketball all the time and go, all right, Trev, you can't leave the gym until you make one. There was some times where that was a hot minute.
Yeah,
you can't make them all. Austin Rapp against Michigan in the Big Ten tournament made them all. He's back onto the Badgers. Let's listen to this for a hot second. Remember this? Remember when Austin Rapp was playing against Michigan and the Badgers in the Big Ten tournament and the dude went off? There's a reason we're bringing him up, but let's remember, shall we?
Blackwell, give it up for Rapp, and he sticks the triple. The jumper by Rapp, it's good! Rapp again, yes, sir! Rapp again, yes! Austin Rapp is out of this world! Blackwell looking for Rapp, he will fire. Oh! He's not human! Boyd drives, kick, another one, Rapp, oh, it's ridiculous!
It was so fun.
Yeah, that was a blast.
I was on my way to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for spring break. We had that on my phone in the car in a safe place, and he was going ballistic. It was so fun to watch, and we'll get to watch him again. This news kind of got lost in all the Chris McIntosh stuff, but Austin Rapp announced he's coming back to Madison to, quote, have some unfinished business to take care of. Rapp is back. It felt like home, he said. Apparently, Wisconsin and Australia have a lot in common. Josh, when you see so many stories about guys leaving for the money, and I mean, he's a 6'10" shooting forward. Those aren't easy to come by, and he's only just begun.
Right. It doesn't necessarily make you 100% feel better about the Blackwell leaving situation, but it doesn't hurt. It's kind of like the same thing with the Brewers. It's like the Badgers just needed a win. They needed some type of win. Give us some news of someone staying. Blackwell's leaving. McIntosh is leaving. Who's staying? Okay, Rapp's staying. That's good. We got someone to say they're staying.
In case you missed it at the top of the hour, we're going to play the brakes off this thing today. Josh Albrecht had a day yesterday.
I sure did.
Bucks.
All right, where do you want me to start?
I want you to click play again. Click play again.
Play it again.
Just so we can all be aware of what happened, and then we'll celebrate together. And I want the whole story.
Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers, Thanasis and Alex, hosted a pop-up event at their clothing store in Deer District. A big crowd gathered with just a few hours' notice. Fans lining up down the block, excited to meet the NBA All-Star and his brothers. And although many Bucks fans are nervous Giannis might leave Milwaukee, they were still very thrilled to see him.
Him being here brought to the city and recreated the city and allowed downtown to flourish and grow. I mean, it means everything.
If I never get to see the northern lights,
I need to play this part too.
Yeah,
so
let
good.
it play. Let it play.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great.
All you did was
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
All right.
Bring that down a little bit. One question to set this up.
Yeah.
I did not know about this. It was 414 day yesterday. I grew up a 414 kid. 414-674-2277. That was my number growing up.
Oh,
so I
okay.
didn't grow up in Milwaukee, but the 414 was much bigger back
Sure.
then than it is potentially today, the 262 and then the 920, blah, 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 blah. 414 day. I get a message yesterday from a listener of a picture of you first in line.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have questions.
Sure.
Well, let's ask a couple of these sooner than the I have questions portion, but how? What happened?
Finally, after 6 years, it was right place, right time for me in comparison to just wrong time for the last literally 6 years. I decided after the 2019 season, I was like, Giannis is the best. He's my favorite player. I need to meet him. And I just couldn't make it happen. And I saw, oh, Giannis is at State Fair. Oh, you mean the place I am every single day? Couldn't see him. Hey, Giannis is in Disney World. Oh, the other place I am every single day? Couldn't meet him. Oh, Giannis is at a random Target and took a picture with a fan. I was like, I'm never in the right place. And yesterday was 414 day, as you mentioned. It's Milwaukee Day. I'm very lucky. I work with Visit Milwaukee here in Milwaukee. I work with some other companies. I've done some collaborations with some clothing items. Obviously, Roosevelt's that I work with. And so I was just taking some pictures downtown. And when I was down there, I was like, I'm going to stop in, say hi to Nemo, who runs, that's his name. That's like his nickname. He's the guy that runs the Antetokounmpo store. And so I was like, I'll take some photos down there, say hi to him, just see what's up. And I was down there, literally, he didn't say anything. He was just like, yeah, man.
You were in there before all this got announced?
Yep. He's like, hey, man, we got some 414 day specials on free gummies. And, he's telling me about everything. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm trying to, I'm taking some pictures, which were all over my social media of the different Milwaukee gear that I was wearing. And then as I'm going to take the photos by myself, so I'm like setting up my phone, I'm taking the photos, and my watch just goes ping, 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 ping. And I'm like, what is going on? My first thought was, get home, because storms are coming early or something. And it was everyone that had seen Giannis's Instagram post before I did, saying, where Giannis was in his car, saying, happy 414 day. Me and my brothers, we want to see you. We'll take some photos. We'll sign some autographs. Meet us at the Antetokounmpo store across from Pfizer Forum. Be there around 5 o'clock. It's 1 p.m. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to go home. But I can't go home. So I had to call Julie. I had to be like, hey, listen, I know there are big storms coming. I need you to be solely responsible for the kids, getting them home, making sure that everything's safe, because I'm going to meet Giannis. And she was like, okay. And bless her heart. And then I just stayed. And so then I just sat outside the store for 3.5 hours.
You had a jersey on and one over your shoulder in the picture that I saw. How'd you get that?
So my car's kind of a mess right now. And I just happen to have this stuff in my car. I literally,
that is the most Josh thing ever.
You never know, right?
Giannis jerseys in my car.
You never know. And I had an umbrella, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna sit on the ground. Nope, car was messy enough. I actually had a bag chair. I was like, this is perfect.
Was that your bag chair?
That was my bag chair. Yeah. I was like, somehow it all lined up. It all lined up perfectly. And then I was like all the details that they gave us were what we saw on Instagram. That was it. We didn't know anything else. So I'll go through, and I have questions if you want. I'll go through the process of when we actually met him. But
perfect.
It was incredible timing, and it finally lined up for me.
That will be majority of the I have questions portion of the show today, as well as any questions that you may have for Josh and meeting Giannis yesterday, along with, I don't know, Brewers stuff, Trevor McGill, anything else. We have the answers. Just ask us. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law talk and text line. Literally, anything else, Josh?
Not for me.
Okay, me neither. Just play it. Nope. The answer is no. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Perfect outro.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Talk and Text Line. Time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. The main question of the day, in case you missed it, Josh, after years of waiting and pleading on bended knee, met Giannis Antetokounmpo yesterday. We teased it and debuted it in segment 1, and now all of the questions come out. And my favorite one so far, Josh, is from Annie, who says, do you remember, meaning did you black out?
Yeah.
And so
it's a fair question.
Do you remember? And B, what was the conversation? And just take us through it. And more than anything, I think, my question, with all due respect, Annie, is how were you in line? Like, take us through before you even got into the Antetokounmpo's store.
Sure.
Because this is it.
Right. So I'm not going to lie. I was not letting myself get excited. Like, because I was like, I've been waiting and trying to figure out a way to do this for so long. I was like, until it actually happens, and I actually am looking at my phone and seeing a photo of Giannis and myself, I'm not going to let myself go there.
Got it.
It didn't help that I saw the radar, that I saw the tweets.
What
saying,
time was this?
Take cover.
What time did all this go down?
So they got to the store at 5:00.
Oh,
correct,
dude.
Correct. Yeah. So originally, like beginning of the day, they had said that like heavy rains were going to start by 5, and then it was only going to get worse and worse from there till about 10:00. And so I was sitting there for hours looking at my phone under the assumption I'm just waiting for someone to come out and go, hey guys, like the storms are coming.
Tornado warning.
We're going to, for their safety and everyone's safety, we're going to have to postpone. We're going to reschedule, blah, blah, blah. Something else would happen and then I'd be busy, or then there's, 10,000 people there. So, I was waiting for one of those things. And then the storms got pushed back a little bit. And then 5:00 hit and the rain hadn't started yet. And they showed up in the store and they opened the door and they said, we're going to take you in by chunks. And I was like, great. And so, and I didn't know what it was. Like, was it just getting an autograph? Was it getting a photo? I didn't care about the autograph, right? We've talked about this multiple times. You wanted the photo or the autograph? I wanted the photo. Well, we go in and the three brothers are just like standing at the checkout counter. And so I go up to like Giannis with my jersey and I'm like, Giannis, can you make it out to Josh? And he did, and everything else. And then other people are coming to my left and right and talking to the other brothers. So it was not a line. It was
to which you're like, you son of a, I was waiting.
Well, right. Like, I mean, other people were waiting too for a decent amount of time. Shout out to Superfan Tim, who listens to the show. And
6 years though? 6 years?
Correct. Not 6 years.
Okay.
But like it's kind of, there's not a lot of structure in that moment. And then I was like, hey, can I get a quick picture? And all three of the boys are like, no, we're not going to do any photos because because of the storms, we want to get through people. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, no worries. In my head, I'm like, I'm this close. There's no way I am leaving the store without a picture of Giannis. Like, I'm not letting it happen. Like, the jersey's nice. I can get an autographed Giannis jersey. Like, I needed the photo with him. That's what I wanted. I wanted to shake his hand, say thank you, and get a photo. So because it was moving so slow, Giannis got a little frustrated. Like, he was like, we got to get more people in here. He steps away from the counter. And he goes
the picture?
Like, before the photo, before we can do photos. Because he said no photos. So like, but he moves further back in the store and they bring in the next chunk of people. And some people like just skip Alex and Thanasis. And they're like, yeah, we just want to see Giannis. And so a few teenagers, they like walk up to Giannis. They have him sign like their cards. And then they say, can we get a photo? And he looks around and goes, yeah, that's fine. And he takes photos with them. I'm like, son of a gun. And so I'm still there, and I hand my phone, again, to Superfan Tim, and I'm like, just take the photo. Like, I don't even know. And when they're done, I'm just like, yeah, it's a really quick photo. And I'm like, boom. Like, I go in there, and he looks, he gives a thumbs up. Like, I don't even know that he understood what was still happening. He takes a photo. I shake his hand, or fist bump. He didn't do handshakes, but fist bump. And I said, just thank you for everything that you've done for the city. And he was like, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. And that was it. And then I was like literally ushered out the store. And that's when you cried. And then I was like shaking. I was like, that was it. You waited 6 years for that moment. Like that was it. That's what you were waiting for. Well, I mean, it was everything. It was totally worth it. I know that people say, don't meet your heroes. You're going to be disappointed. Was that how it played out? Exactly how I thought it would play out when I've thought about it a million times in my head? No, of course not. I didn't think it would go down like that. Still totally worth it. It was everything. It was everything. Did you cry? I did not cry. At all? No. Later? Nope. When you laid down? I was expecting it. I think I was just so excited. And then also, because I was like, I feel really bad. I saw some other people that were there. The line did end up going around the block. Not everybody got in. Is that true? That's what I heard, that not everyone got in. And there were people that stood in line there, they said, for like multiple hours. Yeah. And I know, like, when I was on my way home, the rain started coming. Mm-hmm. So people got soaked waiting, and everything that Giannis was kind of worried about, did happen a little bit. But again, for me, it was just right place, right time. Finally happened that I was in the right place at the right time. So now what? That's such a good question. I kind of thought about that too. I was like, okay, so like, is this peak? Like in terms of just, have you hit your prime? What you want in life? Like, Josh, like, okay, like you tried forever to convince Julie to love you. Did that, check. You wanted to work in radio. That took forever. You got that, check. Then you spent 6 years trying to meet Giannis. You got that, check. All right, I guess that's it. and we're not done yet. But we might be done. But we might be done. I was kind of like, all right, I gotta like soul search a little bit here. We're gonna change the name of your company to "We're Done Now." Thanks, Media. We're done now. I was like, I don't know. I did have that feeling of like I'd been working and stressing about it for so long. And there were a few people even that commented on my post and were like, cool, you got him right before he leaves. And I was like, shut up. Like, that's not thank God I did. Like, even more to why this is such a big moment. Here's my Cheerios. Take a leak. Because even if it is the end, like, how happy am I that I got it before and that it wasn't me having to pay who knows how much money, or for him to do a public signing 20 years from now when he's retired and just wants to come back to promote something. This was it. This was perfect. The 920 on the Nicolay Law talking text line, 414-677-1250 says, Josh, you're the best. The 262 is a dud at a party. Read the room. 262 from Annie here says, all right, so what did you say? Do you remember? I'm jealous. So happy for you. We'll talk more about Trevor McGill and some of the comments that you guys are sending in coming up in the Malott Meets Morning Mind Dump, because that is a dumper, needless to say. I gotta say too, it was awesome seeing all the people. And if you want to see the photo at On Air Josh, have it there. But the amount of people that, like, some in which were listeners from a past life or friends, just people that have been aware that I've been wanting, that just were like, so happy for you. Like, not even jealousy. Not as many people being like, oh man, you're so lucky. Just people were like, oh, I know how much you wanted that. So happy for you. And that was great. I appreciate it. So when I started to see this kind of trickle out last night, like I said, a listener sent me a private message with a photo of you at first in line. Yeah. To which I'm like, oh, I have questions. But you didn't post anything for a hot second. I'm like, is this guy? I wasn't going to jinx it. Not going to. Okay. Right. But I didn't even know if you were going to. I was so terrified knowing that the storms were out there that I go, guys, it's happening. It's happening. And then the next thing I have to post is, never mind, it didn't happen.
And then you're crushed.
Right.
You would not be here.
It would have been very bad. Yep.
So the 920, this is Derek in Whitewater says, how many people percentage-wise do you think wouldn't meet a celebrity or their crush, if you will, if they couldn't get a photo with them? And I wondered that because you said no photos, and you're like, yeah, screw that. We're definitely doing a photo. Did nobody else get a photo with Giannis?
Well, I don't know. There were a few people. Like I said, I wasn't the first one to get it. It was some kids that got one first. And then that's when I hopped back in and was like, yep, now me too. And I got the photo. But I think that, honestly, like Giannis had said, we'll take some photos, sign some autographs on his video promoting it. I just don't think that Giannis was aware when he put that out with the weather. I don't think he had been like, oh it's going to be nasty. Okay, yeah, we might not have as much time as I thought. Let's just get people in. If anything, I wish then it would have been autograph or photo. What do you want? Like, take one. Because sometimes when you go to signings, they say, like, you can't have both. Like, we only have time for one. And so it's, nope, just give me the photo. Hey, all right, I'm out. And that, at least from my experience, it wasn't the case. Like I said, the store, I couldn't even hang out in the store. So I don't know how it went 20, 30 minutes in.
That's when the blackout started. Let's be real. Like, right
Correct.
after it.
Oh, the drive home. Like, I called my dad. And hello? I just met Giannis. Like, that was the call. And I'm sure he was like, did another tree fall on your house? Like, thinking it was about the weather. Was not expecting that. I think also the fact that we've been without power at my house for now at this point 26 hours.
I love that. You're like, hey, Julie, just heads up.
Right.
It's on you. I love you. It's on you. I'm going to be here. What time did you get in line?
So 1:15.
Right. And the store opened at
5.
Right.
They got there.
And you got power back?
Nope.
Sure don't. Husband of the year.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I was like, I told her, I was like, from here, I can order pizzas. Like, I'll eat cold pizza. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, I will pay. And she was like, I got it. I know you, like, have been waiting forever for this. Just
what is Julie going to say in that moment with respect to Julie, who's the best ever?
100%. There's no way she was going to be like, no, I need you. Like, she knows how that would go. Just anytime she asks for anything going forward, I'd be like, oh, sorry. Remember when I couldn't meet Giannis? Like, that would be the conversation.
Randy in Greendale goes, I thought it was crazy driving down Juneau Avenue yesterday around 2:00, and there sits Josh in a bag chair outside of Antanakun Bros.
Yeah, he literally, from Randy, I got a tweet. Am I crazy? Or were you sitting outside? And he said, call me crazy, but I think I saw you said, you're crazy.
All right, a few more here before we get to break, yeah?
Yeah.
Katie from Luxembourg says, morning, guys. I just got up and started the show from the beginning, and oh, my God, I wish I could start my day every day with that level of joy and celebration.
Me too.
Hilarious. Yeah, hilarious, she says. It's going to be a good day, and congrats, Josh. JB in the 920 says, so happy for you, Josh. Someone in the 262, valid question.
Yeah.
Why have it signed to you?
Because it was for me. If I wanted to just get a Giannis signed jersey, there was one of those at Bowling with the Chumps. Nicely matted. Like, those exist. You can go and get signed Giannis jerseys. There are, people that go and get things signed to make a profit, flip them. That wasn't it. If I was ever going to have a Giannis signed jersey, I wanted it to be because I got it signed and it was signed to me. And I think he appreciated that more too. I don't think any athlete that's signing autographs loves signing autographs and knowing that this is just someone flipping it. It always means more when it's to the person. And I've had a few autographs that I will always say to Josh because it's meant for me. Sorry if someday Jordy can't sell it and make a buck, bury me in it. I don't care. It was to me. It was for me.
You would. This is absolutely what you will be put in the ground in.
Yeah, probably.
100%. Not a suit. Not a Roosevelt's.
No. Just autographed Giannis jersey. Yep.
That's great. All right. That's morbid as well. Real quick, is there a story with a trampoline in you?
Oh, there sure is. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make.
We're gonna get to that
You
next.
want me? Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
To start my. Before or after most electrifying sound.
How you doing?
I'm just so amped. Like I'm still. Like my brain is saying you could run a mile. My body knows that can't happen, but like I feel like I could.
Been there. I feel like I could run a marathon right now. 1 block later.
Oh, this was a mistake.
The most electrifying sound of the day is next, and it involves Jake Bauers because we made a pledge that if Jake Bauers does electrifying things, by golly, we will play it.
Hell yeah.
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and a story about a flying trampoline. Stay here.
It's time for
The most electrifying
sound of the day
The most electrifying
on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
And Jake Bauers' 3-run shot is our most electrifying sound of the day, brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, there's no job too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com. Brian Anderson and Brewers TV with the call. I know that things got worse from there, but listen, Tommy loves Jake Bauers. And so we made a pledge on the show that for Tommy Wirtz, if Jake Bauers goes yard, that most electrifying sound. That's what we're doing.
That was yard, man.
Just wish they could have had it lead to a win. But we'll get into that more in the Malott Meat Morning Mind Up.
400-some feet on that Jake Bauers home run in the fourth. That was 3-0, and then bleh.
Yeah.
It was encouraging, though. The bats weren't dead yesterday.
No, and a hot start,
pitching.
Right? Like, go up 3-0. All right,
so what's the story here about your trampoline before we get to the top of the hour and come back with the Malott Meats Morning Mind Dump, speaking of all things Brewers and dumps?
Yeah, right. So it was Mother's Day, I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe, and Julie wanted to get a trampoline for Jordy. And I went, can we get him anything else? And she said, why are you against trampoline? And I said, it kills the grass. It literally, like, trampolines look terrible. They look trashy because they break down. They look like garbage, and it kills the grass. I don't want to do that. Well, we compromised and we got a trampoline. And
I love that.
And so I hate the thing, and it did exactly what I thought it would. It completely killed the grass. There's like a rock pile now somehow under the trampoline, and it started to fall apart and blah, blah, blah. And Jordy used it throughout the last 5 years sporadically. It's not like an everyday for 2-hour type thing. And so I've always said, while I will lose the fight of throwing out the trampoline, if Mother Nature one day decided to help me out and I just came outside and, where's the trampoline? It's gone.
It's through your neighbor's car.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, shucks. Oh, it broke due to the wind. Oh, man. Looks like we got to throw it out.
What did it hit?
Nothing. Ever. Because through all the wind storms we've had for the last however many years, the thing hasn't moved an inch. Not an inch. Somehow it is in the most secure spot in southeastern Wisconsin. I feel more safe on that trampoline than in my basement during a tornado because that thing will not move. And so people
stake down?
No, it just won't move. And so people will tweet at me and comment anytime that there's a windstorm. There was a video that went viral that was shared on the news here yesterday of a trampoline going down a street in Milwaukee. And everyone went, Josh, is that yours? Nope, wasn't mine. Mine is perfectly set. Will not move.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I guess. Yay for me.
We compromised. We got a trampoline.
Listen, the grass is already dead. I lost the battle. It's whatever.
Yeah, but you don't live far from like a main drag.
No.
You know what I mean, like just behind your house is kind of a fairly important street.
Yeah, I mean, if it got all the way there, like I would be impressed. Like it would have to get some air.
Joy. You'd have joy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there are trees. Like it would flip into trees first. But it won't. It won't budge, not even an inch.
In case you missed it, we'll talk about it again at the top of literally every hour and probably the beginning of every segment. Josh met Giannis Antetokounmpo yesterday, and he is living his best life this morning, and we are vicariously living through him with that celebratory moment for him yesterday. Not so much for Trevor McGill.
No.
And the Boo Birds came out right after that And in case you missed it, we'll hear from Murph on his thoughts on us as fans booing Trevor McGill in that moment. I personally am unimpressed with what Murph had to say.
Yeah, don't tell me how to fan, Murph.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law talk and text line. We hope everybody's safe. I mean, we can joke about the wind, but let's be real. Some real tornadoes came through a lot of portions of Wisconsin yesterday, and we're all waking up to more flooding this morning. So be safe today. Do your best to help your neighbor. That's what it's all about. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, we are inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers, Thanasis and Alex, hosted a pop-up event at their clothing store in Deer District. A big crowd gathered with just a few hours' notice. Fans lining up down the block, excited to meet the NBA All-Star and his brothers. And although many Bucks fans are nervous Giannis might leave Milwaukee, they were still very thrilled to see him.
Him being here brought to the city and recreated the city and allowed downtown to flourish and grow. I mean, it means everything.
If I never get to see the northern lights, or if I never get to see the Eiffel Tower at night, or if all I got is your hand in my hand, baby, I could die a happy man.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. Hour 2 of Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. My name is Trevor Thomas. He doesn't even know his own name right now, but that's
Hi.
Josh Albrecht.
Hi. You guys realize, first of all, that open is so over the top. It's perfect. Also, if you just tune in and you hear celebrate good times, you're going, the hell's wrong with these guys? Brewers are on a 6-game losing streak.
Where do you live?
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Josh met Giannis yesterday.
That's
Damn
why.
it, some things are worth celebrating.
Woo! Oh,
all right, so
amazing.
Can we complain now?
Yeah, we probably should.
Good. Time for the Malat Meats Morning Mind Up.
They counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
The coffee is kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We've got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off.
It's time for the Morning Mind Dump, presented by Malat Meats. High-quality meats at a fair price, safely delivered to your front door. To learn more, visit WisconsinMeatMarket.com. Experience the power of the family meal with Malat Meats on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Talk and Text line. If you've got it on your chest and in your head, and you don't want to carry it with you on this hump day, then dump it on us. The Malat Meats Morning Mind Dump. WisconsinMeatMarket.com. April's meat of the month is tenderloin from Malat Meats. Rich, buttery, and unbelievably tender. Experience the power of the family meal with Malat Meats and get 10% off right now for Mother's Day. Before we get to the Brewers, can we just say, is it seriously supposed to frickin' storm again tonight? Like today?
More rain. Yeah, I don't know that it's I don't think it's supposed to be as severe. I think we're past the most severe stuff, but yeah, make sure. I mean, listen, we're still without power. We've been without power in the Albrecht household since 1:30 in the morning yesterday. So we're past the 24-hour mark without power.
Don't open the freezer. Don't open the freezer.
No, I mean, so make sure.
How long before you have to open the freezer?
Well, so luckily, shout out to Andy in Brookfield, who was able to get us a little portable generator for just the freezer that we plugged in that's been going. So I think that resets the clock. That ran for at least 6 hours last night. But at some point, I got to switch that over to the sump pump. Like, this is a lot of rain. We got to get the rain out. So
check the crock. Check the crock.
Yep. Yep.
A lot of flooded basements, a lot of damage, a lot of storms yesterday, literally across the state of Wisconsin the last 48 hours. So we hope everybody's good. I haven't seen any reports, to my knowledge anyway, Josh, of anybody unfortunately losing their life based on what happened here. So let's just help each other out, okay? I mean, that's what we do best here in Wisconsin. Help your neighbor.
And it's weird how different parts got hit so hard. You guys got a lot of rain up there, a lot of flash flooding. Madison, there were images coming in of baseball-sized hail. Yeah. I mean, literally people holding hail that looked like they're holding a baseball. I mean, nuts, the amount of damage being done there. Tons of flooding. You saw tons of stuff in certain parts of the Milwaukee area. So, as you said, help your neighbor, and everyone be safe, be careful, be smart.
At one point, I had Mark Baden on my TV or / computer, I should say, to try to watch what was going on down there in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I had Luke Sampe on here in Green Bay to make sure that we were good here. And then my buddy Jason tipped me off to this YouTuber called Max Velocity.
Okay.
Buddy, go watch these dudes nerd out. It is awesome.
Yeah, they're all over it.
Bad when it's in your neighborhood. But we talked about nerding out the other day. I don't remember the subject, but we were like, oh, we're going to nerd out.
Yeah,
dude, these boys
They nerd out over the weather. Yeah.
Okay. That's our way of saying let's delay talking about the Brewers as much as we can, but nonetheless, here we are. So first things first, listen, we all know how good Trevor McGill can be, and we also, unfortunately, are starting to learn how bad Trevor McGill can be.
And this appearance couldn't come quick enough for Trevor. He wants to put that last appearance out of his mind.
And that ball is deep in the left center field. Mitchell on the run, and it stays in, bounces off the wall, then bounces up and over the yellow line. That is a ground rule double, and thank goodness that saves a run. The 1-1 on the ground through and a base hit. In to score is Straw. They'll hold Schneider. And the Blue Jays have tied it here in the 9th inning.
It's been a while since McGill has been able to record it out. They couldn't do it on Friday. First 3 reach here tonight.
Here's the 0-2 on the ground. Terang able to make the play. He'll get it out, but the go-ahead run's going to score. Line drive, base hit. Lockridge coming in. He's got a good arm. They send Okamoto, throw to the plate. Safe at the plate, throw to second, out. Inning is over, but the run scores. And the struggles for Trevor McGill continue. 3 runs in.
And there you hear it. The Boo Birds were aplenty at AmFam Field last night after Trevor McGill blows another save in less than a week. So pause before we get to Murph's comments and his thoughts on fans booing Trevor McGill.
Yeah.
Can we just notice how undependable Abner Uribe and Trevor McGill are right now? Because that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was when we talked yesterday, and I brought it up in the first hour. You know, we talked about what's the secret sauce for this team that this team's missing, because there's a lot of things going on, right? Injuries. The bats aren't, they're not pecking away. The woodpeckers aren't there. You know, they're scoring runs, but you're not seeing them do it the Brewer way, the way this team has of just consistently dragging out at bats, getting on base, and working pitchers. They're not doing it that way. But the biggest secret sauce that they're missing for me was the bullpen. Going into the season, they had the number 1 ranked bullpen in all of the Major League Baseball. And the 2 most dependable guys in that bullpen were your setup and your closer. And they've just completely fallen apart here when we need them most. And I know it's early, and we can say it's early, but it's more than just like these games have been a tough watch. The way the season started and coming out and being exactly who they were last year to end the season on being the Woodpeckers and fighting through and having that energy, we were feeling it. This 6-game skid, more than just losing, they've been frustrating losses. And that doesn't help things, and that gets fans frustrated. And they booed. Now, we're going to hear what Murph has to say here in a minute, but I got to also say there was tornado warning. I know there were a lot of people that decided to stay home, not go to that game.
Yep.
So
There was also a lot of people that decided to go to the game.
True. But also, it was not like there were 40,000 people on a Tuesday night and the whole American Family Field was booing Trevor McGill. Like, just let that also be known. It's a lot easier for the Boo Birds to be heard when it's in a game where a lot of people decided it wasn't worth the risk.
Well, but imagine had it been full. You don't think the Boo Birds would have? There was 25,000 people there last night, Josh.
Listen, that's a great question, a great point. If it was a full house, are those boos amplified or more drowned out?
I would, based on the 25,143 that were there last night, and how audible the boos were on the TV broadcast, I'd like to think that the majority of the rest of the stadium that was empty, if it would have been full, would have been right along with those that were booing. We've had this conversation with the Giannis boos, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And Giannis booed back.
Yep.
And I didn't like that.
Nope. Agreed.
So last night, Trevor McGill gets booed. Listen, it's sports. And I want to make sure we delineate the difference. What Giannis and his brothers did yesterday for guys like you and the majority of the fans that were able to make it in and meet him and his brothers yesterday is all about the person and the city and Giannis and his heart and all of the things that we fell in love with. And next breath, dude can't stay healthy. He seems to be the nucleus of a lot of drama right now. It maybe isn't working out in Milwaukee anymore, and it might be time to move on. Those are two completely separate things.
The person and the athlete can be separate. Absolutely.
Trevor McGill, I believe, has gone through some things in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Without knowing specifics, and it's not my story to share, we all understand that there's a human being behind Trevor McGill, the pitcher. And Trevor McGill, the pitcher, is brutal right now and deserves boos. And Murph, after the game last night, unfortunately, trying to connect the two, and I just don't think they're connectable.
But the fans booing him after he saved 30 games for this team, a kid that's been through all that he's been through and what he did the year before for us to help us win the division, and then what he did last year, and then came out with an arm injury and still pitched and pitched one of the biggest innings of the Game 5. And for them to be booing him up there, that's just not our best fans, that's for sure. We have the great fans. But let's remind them of that. Are they okay to be disappointed? But sometimes young men go through tough stuff. I was disappointed in that those people wouldn't support him when he's going through that stuff. Does he probably care? No. Is it expected? That's fine. But let's not be, these aren't machines out there. These are people. And I thought that was in poor taste, but I've done things in poor taste too. So
poor taste about what?
Yeah. I hate to do this, and I did not have calling Murph out on my bingo card in this way, but Murph, don't tell me how to fan. Like, here's the thing that, and I've made this argument a lot over the years, but as a fan, I don't get paid to be a fan, right? He gets paid to coach, to manage. McGill gets paid to pitch, to play. I pay to be a fan. Financially, emotionally, I am invested in the team. It's all give, for the take being the emotion, the emotional reaction that I get back. That's being a fan. Don't tell me how to react. Don't tell me how to feel. I promise you, a lot of the people that were booing there, it was them spilling that emotion of that frustration. I don't think that there are a lot of people right now that are going, we got to trade McGill. McGill sucks. Get this guy out of here. I don't think that, but that's frustrating. Seeing this team lose 6 in a row, Murph, that's frustrating. I'm invested in what you do, what this team does. Don't tell me how to fan. Don't tell me that you're disappointed in me. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in this team. Get it together. Figure something out. Take him out of the 9 spot. Put someone else in. Try something. If this is the relationship, we have between team and fan, right? It's the same thing as you brought up with Giannis. I don't think the people booing Giannis were like, screw you, Giannis.
Right.
But they were frustrated about that level of play, seeing the team play that way. And Giannis was just as frustrated back. Also, we can't play it because he swore, but Trevor McGill, post-game, when asked about it, he said, yeah, that was dog bleep. Like, he's mad too.
What, his pitching or the booze?
His pitching. Like,
okay,
he was...
he wasn't talking about... Okay, good.
He was talking about the fans, but he's mad himself. And so I think that was just... Everyone's frustrated. Murph's frustrated. McGill's frustrated. The fans are frustrated. But the way that the fans chose to voice their frustration was through boos. Sorry, Murph, we couldn't all come up to you after the game and go, boy, that was tough, huh? Like, we don't have the opportunity to do that. You're in it. You're 3 beers deep. You're there for entertainment. And that's what happens in the 9th. You boo.
That's it. Well said. B. Hintage in West Dallas said, I was there last night, and while you are correct that there were boos, there may not have been as many as you're being led to believe. Last night was frustrating, and I get it, but yeah, not as many boos from the section that he was in. And you could hear him clear as a bell.
Yeah, it's and that's the point from B. Hintage. Like, I'm saying, I think that you don't hear those boos as loudly if there's 40,000 people. I really think, I understand that they're saying 25, especially in the bottom of the 9th, knowing with the storms, it did not look as jam-packed. And I think that the silent majority was felt in that clip.
You mean the silent majority that literally risked it to get to the park? The silent majority that stuck around
to see the... Out of those 25,000, how many do you think were actually booing?
I don't know, and I don't know if I care. My point is, at the end of the but at the end of the day, those are the people that stayed.
Agreed. 100%.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't understand why that's not allowed. And I think there's a difference, JB in the 920 going off in the text. I think there's a difference between sportsmanship and fandom. This has nothing to do with sportsmanship. We're not playing.
Correct.
Sportsmanship happens on the field. In the stands, I get to choose how to fan.
Mm-hmm.
And when we blow a lead for the second time in 4 days, my fandom goes, damn it, Trevor, let's do better.
Oh, and it's topped off, too. That's the thing. This is a snowball effect. Don't act like this is just because of the last 2 games. It's a 6-game losing streak. Like, it's snowballed into this. It's more than just McGill. That's why it's like when teams get to that point, there have been boos at Lambeau Field. We've heard them.
Yep.
Right? And the same comments come out of, wow, the best fans in football booing their team off the field at halftime. Yeah, because they're that invested. They have their kitchen painted green and gold. Like, don't tell them how to fan. Look at it as hey, as much as you're going to come to us post-game and say, the fans were loud tonight and we needed that, we appreciated that. Yeah. Well, the fans are sitting there going, hey, this team's on a 6-game losing streak. We need a win. Figure it out.
And next breath, we love Pat Murphy.
Yeah, of course.
This has nothing to do with Pat Murphy, the man. Pat's going to stick up for his guys and be if you're the manager of the Brewers and you lost 6 straight for the first time this team has done so since 2023, you're going to be frustrated too. And so you're going to do what you need to do to stick up for your guys, while at the same time, the fans are going to do what they need to do to stick up for themselves and their wallet and their fandom and their entertainment choices. And on a Tuesday night in April with tornado warnings galore, those people have an expectation to see what they want to see. And they're going to share with us loud and clear whether they agreed with what they saw or not. So now what?
Right. Well, and that's to the point we go to the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. The 262 says, we can boo. I was there, but we are in trouble. Guys, we need to change the closer role for now. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So I think it's a good point. It's not like we're all just sitting here as fans either going, I'm pouting and I'm mad. We want this fixed. So what's the fix? I don't think that it's get rid of McGill, but I'm curious. I feel like this is usually a situation where someone discovers at some point he's tipping his pitches, or there's some type of mechanic that's a little bit out of whack, that then like Chris Hook comes in and discovers and it's fixed and we all move on. But in the meantime, we can't have this be the time they're figuring it out, because we're battling these injuries. We're battling the bats. Essentially, 3 people that are in the lineup right now are getting all the runs in. Like, we can't have this be also the time that the bullpen falls apart.
The 262, Josh, to sum this up on the Nicolay Law talking text line, 414-677-1250. On a Would You Rather Wednesday, brings up Joey Ortiz with the bases loaded, making me sad. So maybe that's how we come back as we start Would You Rather. Think about this, fans, and answer on the Nicolay Law talking text line, 414-677-1250. Somebody earlier in the show got way ahead of the Would You Rather and had a question that said, would you rather DFA, meaning cut, Joey Ortiz or Trevor McGill? And you got to pick one. We'll answer it
for me.
We hope you do when you get back as well. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Would you rather cut Ortiz or McGill? Wednesday on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network and live with all of you around the state of Wisconsin. Hope everybody's doing okay this morning. In Wausau, on 93.9 The Game, on 710 The Game in Duluth Superior, 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan in Milwaukee, and 99.7 FM WNFL in Green Bay and the Fox Valley. We went to break and asked, would you rather DFA Joey Ortiz or Trevor McGill? Many are texting in, and it appears to be a landslide that we would want to DFA Joey Ortiz.
Yep.
What is your answer, Josh?
I'm with him. I'm with the talk and text line. And this is why the booing of McGill, it's not, don't read too much into that. I think there's more to it than just McGill. I think that coming into the season, Ortiz had the shorter leash. We talked about that. We have these prospects waiting, right? It was when we're either going to see him because of injuries or because of poor play. Okay, we have both. But how long is that leash for Joey Ortiz? It's probably longer than April, but I don't know that it's longer than May, especially if the entire team is also struggling.
A lot of people agree. There's a lot of people that say cut Ortiz, and very much for the same reasons. There's a few cut Trevor McGills on a Would You Rather Wednesday. If you're just joining us, why are we cutting? We're not. It's a Would You Rather. Get rid of Ortiz or McGill. Mine is Ortiz as well, but here's the hard part. Earlier in the year, Josh, we talked about what we would like to see Ortiz do from the plate in terms of average. He's hitting 220 right now. I know it doesn't seem like it, but he's not terrible at the plate. He just happens to be batting in like really important positions with the bases loaded. And remember, Jeff Levering told us that nobody in all of Major League Baseball went to the plate more often with the bases loaded than Joey Ortiz. It happened last night. Do you think when Joey Ortiz is walking up to the plate, he's like, son of a bitch?
I mean, how are you not thinking about it? And I think it's more than that. If you're these other teams and you're doing scouting reports, you don't think if it's close, you're going, knowing Mitchell's a hot hand, you're going, Nope, put him on. It's almost looking at the 9 spot, knowing you got the pitcher coming up. How are they not looking at that as a strategy?
Bill Schroeder said it last night when they were actually pitching to the guy before Joey Ortiz, who was Garrett Mitchell.
Yeah.
He swung and missed. The count was 2-1. And Rock's like, what are they doing? Why are they pitching? Even our own announcers going, just walk him and get to Joey.
Yeah, you know he's up next with the bases loaded.
So you said it. There's a bunch of prospects that could come in and play the shortstop position. Jesus Made, Jet Williams, Cooper Pratt, Luis Pena's an infielder. The list goes on. In the top 10 Brewers prospects right now in the MLB pipeline within the Brewers system, there are 3 pitchers. Do you want Brandon Sproat to come in and be the closer? Didn't think so. Logan Henderson? Nope. And Bishop Letson. Ever heard of him?
Nope.
Me neither. Therefore, it's an easy answer. Joey, we love you. We'll miss you. We'll miss your glove more than your bat. Trevor, chill out. You're going to be fine. And bring up one of these dudes.
Yeah.
Because it's time.
I think it's almost a question of not who you DFA. Who do you want more to figure it out? Right? I think that's the better question. I think that looking between those two, you're sitting here going, I need McGill to figure it out more than I need Joey to figure it out. I can replace Joey. I've got prospects waiting to take Joey's spot. Maybe we get worse defensively, but that bat, I've got prospects I can try. To your point, I don't know that we have multiple closers waiting in the wings to throw in there. So on a Would You Rather Wednesday, maybe it's not who would you rather DFA, who would you rather figures it out? And I think the answer is McGill. You just don't have the depth at closer. You kind of hoped that was a position in the offseason you didn't have to worry about.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law talk and text line. Many comments on the music being played. Josh, will you just simply high level share why you chose
there-
this music?
Yeah, it's a fun bed that we used to use in a different segment I did in a former radio life, and the fact that it's ingrained in so many people's brains is proof of what it worked. I'm glad that we get to bring that back, and you get to hear the music on Wednesdays.
All right, Josh, on a Would You Rather Wednesday, I've got one for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you rather a trampoline for Jordy or a pet snake?
Interesting. A snake.
In the house. Those don't get to stay outside.
Yeah. But like there's like a enclosure, right? It's not like he's just slithering in the living room.
Right, because there's definitely not been a snake ever to escape.
Sure. But I'm saying like, it does have its habitat. It doesn't kill my grass. So that's a nice thing. How big is the snake? Can I ask that?
Nope. There's no follow-up questions. You don't get to know. It could be a viper.
Oh, well.
It could be a boa. It could be a garter snake.
I'm leaning snake.
Wow, you really hate that trampoline.
It is the worst. It's such an eyesore. It's terrible.
Here's a good one.
Especially if you would have said like a king cobra or something, I would have been like, all right, well, that can kill me. But
you don't get to choose.
Yeah, but because you didn't specify, I'm choosing for it to be a garter snake. So
perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
This isn't mine, but one just came in before we get to your list here quick. Would you rather have Joey Ortiz hit or Brandon Woodruff hit? This thought came into my head.
Mine too.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, Woody's on the bench. He can hit. Bring him in.
I agree. Or just pinch hit in general. You tell me there's no one on the bench. We could have given an opportunity. I understand if Murph makes that move, though, how that looks. Like if you're in the on deck circle and then they say, Joey, sorry, he walked him, bases loaded. We know how this is going to go. Sit back down. You might as well DFA him. Like, you're killing any confidence that kid has. You can't do it.
Later in the season, they're doing the bobblehead giveaway of Brandon Woodruff at the plate.
Yep.
Josh, we should start a petition right now. Brandon Woodruff needs to bat in that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd love it. We're going to that game, right? Like
100% chance.
Yeah.
Grab your bag chair.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's in my car. So probably just gonna stay there with everything else.
Can we play that game tomorrow?
What's in Josh's car?
Yeah, save it for next week. Save it for next week.
Okay.
Write it down. We will do this next week.
Oh.
What is in Josh's car?
That's amazing.
You're not allowed to touch a damn thing in there between now and then.
I love that. All right. I want to get through some of mine here. Trevor, would you rather meet your hero and have it go poorly or never meet them at all?
I've talked about this. It happened with me and Bob Uecker. Expectations or disappointments waiting to happen. I was very glad I met him. The first time I met him twice. The first time I met him, he signed a baseball in apparently disappearing ink because that baseball does not have Bob Uecker's signature on it anymore.
Nice.
Gone. Awful.
Terrible. Second
time I met him, he was with Mark Antanasio, and he was handing out these things.
Okay.
And I have his, I met him. I got a picture with him. I got his autograph. Like you, I'm not a big autograph guy, but that's not one you turn down.
Sure.
With that being said, I think I would have preferred to never meet him because I'll always have it in my head that I met him and I didn't get the warm and fuzzies that my brain and my heart were expecting when I met him. It was very transactional. I didn't necessarily think, I was in line, right, with everybody else. I get it. I'm not going to sit down and have a cup of coffee with Bob Uecker, but all of the stories that we've heard of people sitting down and having a cup of coffee with Bob Uecker and how amazing all of those are, I would have rather continued to dream as to what that would have been like than have the few interactions that I did and have them been quick and not bad, just not what I would have liked. So.
Yeah. I get it. I do disagree. I think that the what if.
Well, you get to say that now that you met your hero yesterday and it went perfect.
But you have an idea how many people said to me, like, what if you meet him and he's a prick? What if you meet him and
about it on the show?
Right.
Absolutely.
But for me, it was the what if. It was the what if of never figuring that out. And then I think that if it does go poorly, then it allows me to agree with everyone else and go, you know what, maybe he's not as nice a guy, or I've heard great stories, but he didn't have one for me. It's just creating more transparency. But you're still giving yourself the opportunity for it to be great. I think you meet him. I think you still meat your heroes.
Yeah, I get it. I
got more. You got one? You got one?
Oh, yeah. I've got a bunch, but
all right, go ahead.
You go. I went twice. You go.
Okay. I had, hold on. No, I'm looking here. Okay. Would you rather get an autograph of your favorite player, but you also have to get a player's autograph you don't really care about on the same item, or just not ask for the autograph? Now, this didn't happen yesterday with Giannis. It's not like I had to say, like, oh, sorry, I just wanted Giannis's. But there are items that I own, or people, that have gotten autographs, and they're like, oh, who's that other autograph on there? And it's like, oh, it was this random Brewer who sucked, and he's off the team, but he was standing right next to him, so I felt like I had to have him autograph it too. And it kind of spoils the item, right?
Yeah, but there's a story with that. It's not like I'm going to sell I don't get autographs ever to thinking I'm going to sell them or turn and burn. So sure, sign it. Like, hey, check this out. This is when I met Robin Yount. And on the backside, Cisco Lascano. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Whoever else other than Robin Yount. Don't care. When I have it on display, I can put that signature to the back.
I think it's definitely. So I love that answer, because I think the answer really depends on where that second autograph is. If you can hide it like the back of a Christmas tree, and you just put all the ornaments out and the bad signatures in the back, then you're fine. If they're that guy, both in view,
you got to know better, right? If you're that next guy, you got to look at it and go, yeah, okay.
But it's difficult to do. Like if you're meeting all the Antetokounmbos and you're having them sign a jersey, what are you going to flip the jersey over? Say, you guys sign the other side of it.
Did you have the other dude sign it?
No, I was able to just get Giannis and was like, thank you. But it was a thought.
Love you, Alex.
It was a thought. What do I do if Alex also, Alex and TA also signed my Giannis jersey? It would have been fine.
We talked a lot last week about the would you rather questions or a Brewers World Series. We even had the conversation about cutting your pinky off. Would you rather cut your pinky off or the Brewers? Like, I will cut my pinky off for a Brewers World Series. Josh?
Yes.
You finally met Giannis.
Okay.
Would you rather meet Giannis or a Brewers World Series?
Ooh, I would have taken the World Series.
Because it wasn't like, was it everything you hoped it would be and more?
No. I mean, it was still quickly rushed, and I had to fight for the photo, and, we had 3 seconds. He was definitely focused on the crowd more than he was the interaction specifically with me. I just, it was something I never thought would happen. More than meeting Giannis, I still have doubts about that Brewers World Series. I would want the Brewers World Series more. Not to mention, that's also for me and everyone else. Like, I think also knowing that the whole state gets to celebrate that win means something too.
Would you rather an earthquake or a hurricane?
Oh, boy.
I know we get tornadoes around here. Clearly, we're pretty good at that. Earthquake. I mean,
I think
so. I think about this from a natural disaster standpoint.
Yeah.
We have very few venomous snakes in Wisconsin. Sure, there are things in the woods in the Northwoods that you don't want to encounter, but for the most part, we worry about really bad snow, tornadoes, and a bad season for the Packers.
Yeah. Yep, that's about it.
But you look at the coasts and you go, could be worse.
Yeah.
Earthquake or hurricane?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go earthquake. I think. It's funny. I also had a weather one. Would you rather have heavy rain or hail?
Both are a mess, aren't they? Jeepers.
Yeah, right.
I think I would have not that baseball size stuff though. I think I'm going to take rain because you don't get to choose the size of hail when it comes. It doesn't ask questions.
Yeah.
Some of the hail yesterday, you saw the pictures.
I did see the pictures. I'm still going hail though. I feel like hail, it's going to put some dents and some bumps and some stuff. But like heavy rain, like that floods your basement. Like that gets it bad. And I understand like siding can still get messed up and things from hail. I'm not discrediting hail.
Yeah, insurance.
But if I had to pay between the two, I think I'm going.
Yeah, until you take
I'd rather
hail
have
off the dome.
Hail.
You're like, that would have been nice if it would have been rain.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If I'm standing outside, maybe rain.
Last one, and then we got to go to break, and we'll get to some of yours when we come back. Would you rather closer Uribe or McGill?
Uribe. Just to switch it up.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just a mental game. If Uribe's not killing it in the 8th spot, give him the 9th. Flip it. Figure it out. Just see if something works. You're on a 6-game skid. Experiment. Try something.
We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. More Would You Rather next.
Hey, did you know that any youth sports player can score a free small classic Frosty anytime they visit Wendy's in their sports uniform? That's right. Just stop by after practice or with your team after a game. Who doesn't love a Frosty?
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. To the phones we go. The Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Mitch Thunder Nellis from the Mason Crosby Show has a story about, please sign this and don't you dare.
Mitch, you there?
I'm here. How you doing, guys?
Good, buddy.
We're
How
good,
are you?
Thunder. Tell us the story, man.
So real quick, when I was in high school, one of my good friends was a cousin of former manager Bob Melvin. But Bob Melvin at the time was a backup catcher with the Boston Red Sox. And you guys might know this. I was born and raised in Boston, so I'm a dual fan. And my friend was like, "Oh, I can get you Roger Clemens' autograph." I'm like, "Great." So I give her a baseball. She goes to the game. She comes back. She brings me a baseball. It's got Roger Clemens right on the sweet spot. And then on the reverse sweet spot is Bob Melvin's signature, which at least if I display Roger Clemens, nobody can see the Bob Melvin part. But, like, dude, nobody's you're a backup catcher. Like, what are we doing here?
Thunder, real quick. That's fascinating. Love that. We talked about that, hiding a Christmas tree. I'm going to spin one on you. Would you rather the Brewers handle the Wilson Contreras piece the way they did or plunk them?
Oh, man. I think plunk them, but not right away. Like, I think you got to figure out, like, late in the game of a game that's not close with a reliever who can take the plunking. I don't know that, like, Woody should have plunked him next time up and those were some close games and the offensive scuffling. But I think you got to plunk them. I think you got to drill them right in the ribs.
Thanks for the buzz, Thunder.
Love
we
it.
appreciate
Thanks,
you. What
Thanks,
do you
buddy.
think, Josh?
I mean, yeah, we talked about it a little bit. I think that you needed to do something, but that it shouldn't have. I'm not also looking at it like people are saying that this team's cursed because they didn't hit him. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. If that somehow changed the mindset or the attitude of this team, that's a bigger problem than anyone's realizing.
But Tim Allen talked to us about it. He said that there is momentum in baseball, and it can be the stupidest things, like something like that can create momentum.
Yeah, but that's wild.
Unfortunately, take momentum away. And listen, the term ear hole, we talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
It's just what you say. Get out of me. Oh, don't hit him in the head. Okay. But you should have definitely hit him. And I think that would have been a moment right there where the team would have went, you don't get to do that to us. And whether that creates momentum or locker room camaraderie or whatever the case may be, it's, hey, we're all in this together type of thing. But brushing that off, man, I'm telling you, it's more effects in silence than it would have in negative effects in loudness. Does that make sense?
Sure. I mean, kind of, it makes sense. But
Sounded better in my head.
But I'm with you. I understand. You can't let that be the thing. Like, it's just, especially because that's not even something that everyone gets to enjoy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how is that affecting the bullpen you're hitting? If anything, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe your starting pitching gets a little bit because of it. But, like, that should have been it. Not the whole team being affected.
All right, let us pray.
Oh, God, yeah, here we go.
Dear God, in a matter of 7-ish minutes, Doug Gottlieb is scheduled to appear on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Doug Gottlieb even confirmed he is appearing on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Come on.
I don't ask for much, but by golly, if we could get one here.
That would be really nice.
And no more tornadoes. Amen.
Amen. I love that that's becoming a thing on the show.
Yeah, let us pray.
Let us pray. New segment coming up. Brought to you by, I don't know, some church.
New Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod. Doug Gottlieb next. Stay here. The studios are powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
It's time for your fan weather forecast brought to you by Habish, and Rotier. After another rough night of thunderstorms and tornado warnings, we will have more rain today. Plan on that rain continuing through the evening. Today's high will be 71 degrees. It's currently 62 degrees here in Milwaukee. Stay safe, everyone.
I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers, Thanasis and Alex, hosted a pop-up event at their clothing store in Deer District. A big crowd gathered with just a few hours' notice. Fans lining up down the block, excited to meet the NBA All-Star and his brothers. And although many Bucks fans are nervous Giannis might leave Milwaukee, they were still very thrilled to see him.
Him being here brought to the city and recreated the city and allowed downtown to flourish and grow. I mean, it means everything.
If I never get to see the northern lights, or if I never get to see the Eiffel Tower at night, or if all I got is your hand in my hand, baby, I could die a happy man.
It's a celebration, people.
Yeah, baby.
Josh got to meet Giannis. Finally. It's all down here from here, bud.
Yeah.
It's all downhill.
Oh,
from
I
here.
know. Oh, I know.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in hour number 3 inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Antetokounmpo.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, prayer works. Prayer works. Joining us now on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. The head coach of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay men's basketball team, Doug Gottlieb. DG, you've had moments where you've met some people that you hoped to meet. Maybe you've had some bucket list celebrities. Josh finally got to meet Giannis yesterday, and that is worth celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their person out there they dream of. Many of us as men would like to meet beautiful women. Josh wanted to meet Giannis. Nothing wrong
do
with
what?
Hey, listen, there's nothing
What am
wrong
I
with
as a
that. There's
DG
nothing
as a
wrong with that.
happily married man? What would I be doing while meeting this beautiful woman?
No, it actually brings,
all right, and there's something I'll never see again. Sounds good. Do walk away.
It actually brings up, this is a real thing, okay? And Trevor, I know you've experienced this already, and you guys this show is a lot of it is because of my appearance here on Wednesdays, but also because of some of your talent. This show is skyrocketing in popularity, right? So it's a real thing.
Yep.
So, but here's what you'll understand about sports radio. Okay, I have this all the time. It's the people who recognize me are dudes or older people. Like that's my target demo. Dudes or older people. Like even now, so we've had 2 recruits on campus. Okay, and we've had a bunch of recruits, but 2 recently, and both the dads are like, dude, I've listened to you like my entire adult life. We're about the same age. You started in radio at 26. Like I remember, blah 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 blah. And the kids are like, I have no idea about sports radio. It's like zero, none. the point is, Josh, that tracks. Like the fact that you're a fanboy of Giannis. I'm sure that Giannis he's probably got the same thing. And now he's a good-looking dude, granted married happily. But what you'll find is your target demo in radio will be dudes like us and old people. Old people.
I think that's the issue. Our top demo here is women 19 to 33, all gorgeous. So maybe that's why it doesn't mean as much to me. You know, when I see him, I'm like, yeah, another beautiful woman. Yeah, okay. But where's Giannis? Come on. You know, maybe that's the difference.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Trevor. Transition us.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I watched. Did you guys watch the NBA last night?
No.
Yeah, the Charlotte game was unbelievable.
I was meeting out.
What a basketball game.
Yeah.
What a basketball game. It is interesting. Like, I'm a huge Con fan. I was a huge Con fan going back to when he went to Duke, and people were like, well, he's not athletic. I'm like, dude, that kid is tough and knows how to play. But last night he struggled in terms of defensively, because it's just different when you get to the playoffs, right? Now they're going to pick on you. So they just picked on what's his name? LaMelo Ball, you know, when he wasn't in, when both were in, they just not strong defensively. What a game, what a win. Like, I get it. A lot of people can get down on the NBA regular season. I watched one NBA regular season game the entire year. It was last week. I went to Lakers Thunder out in LA. But postseason NBA basketball is pretty spectacular. Last night was what the intent of the play-in games were, you know, like literally playing for your playoff lives. It's pretty cool.
So then let's go to the NBA. The Bucks season has ended since the last time we talked with you. And last night, in comparison, the Brewers fans booed Trevor McGill as he was leaving the field. And Murph, the manager of the Brewers, said, I don't like that. He's a good dude. He's done a lot for us. He's got a great life and all the things. But there's a difference, right? Because we look at Giannis, and Josh meets him yesterday, and it has nothing to do with him on the court and not staying healthy and probably getting traded. So as fans, now that Doc is gone, it's starting to unravel, rightfully so. What do we need to look for here to go, oh, yeah, Giannis
Okay,
is
so the booing part, you're worrying about if you boo somebody, they won't want to remain with the team. They'll have a sour taste.
No. It's more about fans, right? We're trying to delineate the difference between Giannis, the person who loves Milwaukee, grew up here for all intents and purposes, and, dude, the play and or lack thereof is what it is.
Yeah, it's what you think it is. It's why would we have him play when it didn't mean anything? And he's a valued commodity that we're going to move on the market. And if he gets hurt, it kills his value. You know, there's a benefit to the Bucks there that you have to understand. So, I mean, that's clearly what's happening here. And I have no inside sources at all. Like, I know people in the organization, I know people on the coaching staff. I'm just saying, like, you know, all you got to do is go like, hey, he might be moved probably in the offseason. They're not playing him. Maybe he could play. Tells you all you want. It's the same thing they do with quarterbacks. I think Tua at the end of the year, right? Because if you play them and they get hurt, now their next year ends up getting guaranteed. In this case, it hurts his trade value. So as a fan, all you can do is, I mean this, all you can do is thank Giannis, be the fanboy, because it was great. But now it's over. And now, use Giannis to restart the franchise. And this is a year where if you nail it right and you get the right draft pick, like, the restart won't take as long as, in some other years. Obviously you missed it one year because you could have had Khan, right? Like, think about, you could have had Khan last year if you did it. Like, wow, how awesome would that have been? Like an actual Milwaukee born kid who comes back, and that would be amazing. Because that would be kind of more in our area where, like, okay, maybe now Khan doesn't ever want to leave, doesn't ever want to leave.
Don't say you never want to leave. Don't say you never want to leave, because even 6 or 7 years later, people will hold that against you and go, wait, you said you're never going to leave.
Listen, we all, this is the hard thing in coaching. I actually, Larry Tranker, who I think he's our biggest owner, and he's just an amazing guy. So we actually had lunch yesterday, which, this is great, guys. I just want you to know that you guys are on at the settlement, and I have I gotten comped a couple times at the settlement because I mentioned how cool that place is, right? So I roll in. This is so funny.
What place is that?
The
The settlement?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
settlement.
So,
Weird enough, I'm going there for lunch today. The settlement. That's where I'm headed.
No
is
way.
the settlement.
oh, you're going
No,
to the
of course I'm
settlement?
not. But I would love to get
Oh.
comped, so I'm just going to keep saying the settlement.
no, but this is how well your radio show is translating is I walk in there
Yeah.
a couple days after I talked about him on, and the owner comes out and they're like hugging you. It's like I was just telling the story, but it's anyway. So we're sitting there yesterday. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and we're just playing catch up. And he owns the Blizzard. And by the way, the Blizzard play as the Green Bay Phoenix, first football game ever for the Green Bay Phoenix, Saturday at the Resch. Gonna be really cool.
Frozen Phoenix.
Frozen Phoenix. That Frozen Phoenix. But also, did you see that Madison's volleyball team's coming up and playing our volleyball team? So this is a cool sports day.
Saturday,
You come up,
I believe.
yeah, it's all Saturday. So anyway, so we're sitting there talking like, hey, he's an amazing human being. He gives me some guidance because he's run businesses and I'm running a business here. So we look and it's 3:30 and we're looking at the bar and it's full. And I'm like, this is so Wisconsin, right? This is just so incredibly Wisconsin. But he was talking about, like what's my plan? Like my plan is to build a team. My plan is to continue to build not just the roster, but we want a sustainable winner. It's so important. And find out what wins here and what can continue to win here, trying to keep the costs as low as possible, trying to have a staff that wins here, etc. And we started talking, because every person in sports knows, that you get to a point, hopefully, where somebody wants to call and offer you a bigger job and you got to make that decision. And what I said to him was, and it's a real thing, is I just wish coaches would be, many of them are, and players are honest, like at this moment in time, like I'm super happy. I can never see myself leaving. But again, then you fast forward 7 years in life and it changes. And you also have to be willing to say like, hey, I know what I said 7 years ago, but it's 7 years later and I'm up for a change in my life. It's going to be hard and I might be making a mistake. Right. So, I mean, like, look, I don't know if I would be here had I not left ESPN in 2012, but I do feel like it was a mistake because I was so happy. My family was so happy. We were so settled, safe town. We would have put a bunch of money away. Now, ESPN's gone through a bunch of changes and they may have fired me, so I don't know. But I actually, Josh, in consideration of what you're saying, you're not wrong. Like people do hold, we do this in politics. Like 20 years ago, you voted against, well, like, yeah, it was 20 years ago.
Right.
Like, it's very different. But for whatever reason, people who say, I'm never leaving, don't just stop for a second and go, I did say that. And I understand how it lands on you. Okay. But let me tell you what's changed in that moment. It's, this opportunity that me and my family think it's time to go. So for Giannis, the I will never leave thing, I'm sure in that moment he felt that way and he stood on it. How many years did Giannis play for the Bucks?
All of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years that is. I don't remember what year he drafted.
13.
13 years. Like that's a good run. It's a good run. That's like when your grandpa dies at like 94 and you're like, it's sad, but he's 94. It's
right. It's a good life.
Yeah. Yeah. He hit the over. Right.
Well,
he hit the over.
So Doug, the big thing that I've been looking at and the difference here, because obviously in Wisconsin, we've gone through this. We went through this and we've made this comparison with Favre and Rodgers, right? And moving on from them and
Kareem
and the fan bases, right?
CC.
They will, a lot of times they will stay with the player. They will argue. There were people that booed Rodgers at training camp because they wanted it to still be Favre. Yeah. The difference is that the organization, when they moved on from those guys, being the Packers in those situations, they had a succession plan. They had a guy. They had something. I don't know. I know how I feel.
It's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way with this team.
I don't know that I trust the Bucs organization as it is right now, that they're going to take advantage of that draft pick or whatever they'd get back for Giannis to start that rebuild the way that it needs to go.
It's fair, but you have to this is what their job is, right? That's what their job is, and I
don't trust them to do their job.
No, I mean, hey, listen, it's Josh. It's no different than us, right? Like we we lose most of our team every year, and you have to earn the equity with your fan base to say like, hey, because if you watch social media, like every kid you sign is the greatest ever, and you just got to trust us that we have a plan and we think it's going to work. And there's a chance, by the way, that it doesn't work. You can draft the right guy and it can be the wrong system. The kid can get hurt. His personal life can go astray. There's other things, but I get it. It's why you don't want to trade him one for one. You want to give as many bites of the apple as possible, right? I'm more of a volume play guy than I am just go after one guy. So if they're in this year's lottery, yeah, you're going to take a shot at one, but can you get additional year's lottery picks, or can you get two in this year's draft and have two guys? Because then your hit rate ends up, even if it's 50%, you hit on one. So you're right to be concerned. That's very, very reasonable thinking. It's a huge challenge. I guarantee everybody in the Bucs organization who's in that front office is sitting there going like, we don't want to screw this thing up. I mean, because look what happened in Dallas, right? They trade away. And by the way, as we talked about, they weren't wrong. He's never in shape. He's going to get hurt. He doesn't play defense.
Luka. Talking about Luka.
Yeah. And they didn't want to give him $350 million over 4 years because then you can't move him, right? So they move him, and they didn't get probably enough in return, but they all got fired, even though they got the number one overall, and they did have Anthony Davis. Like they actually did. And that's a front office that put together a team that went to the finals the year before with some big moves. So, it's the hard part of the job is no matter how much trust people have in you, you still have to go take a swing at it. You got to figure out the best deal for the franchise. It's got to be something Giannis is willing to do as well because of where he is, and he can no-show if he wants to. And then, there's no 100% hit rate in the draft. There's no 100% hit rate in free agency. There's just not. And I didn't like the Damian Lillard acquisition, but I will tell you, I guarantee you guys did. I guarantee there's a lot of guys that talk to them. Hey, we have the best, most unstoppable 6'9", 6'10" guy who plays inside the lane. He loves the pass, and now we'll have the second best shooting point guard in the league. This would be great. And it was a disaster, right? So even good plans that seem to make sense on paper don't always make sense in sports. It just doesn't work that way. It's no 100% hit rate.
Doug Gottlieb, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. He's back on his normal time slot on a Wednesday, but DG happening right now, and Josh doesn't even know this. We can't go 2 segments today, so we have one more question for you before we got to bounce.
Shoot. Oh, yeah, go.
We just got a message from the Green Bay Packers that somebody from the Green Bay Packers tour bus is joining us on the show in the next segment. We don't know who. Could be Randall Cobb. Could be Edgerrin Cooper. We don't know. But they're going to randomly and surprisingly join us for the next segment from the bus. So love you. Unfortunately, got to keep it to one segment today. With that being said, there's been one question that keeps coming up based on a tweet that you gave about Chancellor Alexander and Josh Moon being the perfect fit for Wisconsin. Now, some would say, well, duh. Doug wants to go coach at Wisconsin. But many go, especially those that are close to the program, and go, no, actually, that's a genius idea. Why won't Wisconsin do that?
Because they're stubborn. Because what they think has always worked is always going to work. Listen, if you can go get Jamie Pollard, you go get Jamie Pollard, right? He's been unbelievable what he's done at Iowa State. He's a Wisconsin guy. He's in the Power Four. I understand. But if you're going to go outside of the scope of guys that are there, and look, I'm a consistent person, okay? I believe I can't go and tell our players that we recruit, hey, dude, when you can make twice as much as we can pay you, if you want to go to the Power Four, if you want to go to, I have to celebrate that. That's, by the way, what college is about, okay? I did it with Coach Gantz, Keel Gantz, right? Parkside was open. I called Adam at Parkside. Why have you not hired him already? And they chose to do a different direction. And then Northern came open and he got that job. But again, I don't have to, it's not about my word. Our school is one of 2 schools in the system that is growing, not shrinking. I just sat in them with a meeting, and And Chance Alexander is so sharp, so ahead of the time. So he has just such a clear understanding of this new world, and how we have to. We had a long discussion about AI and what are the different majors we're offering where we can change education. We're doing things where we want to have a 90-hour degree. Like this guy, he gets it. And he has this kind of like subtle gangster way of doing things where he's the nicest guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And like, he takes care of it. And I don't know if some guys end up, in cement shoes in the bay behind me, but I think he's brilliant. And then like, again, so what does Wisconsin need in football? They need somebody who gets football, somebody who has to be an indefatigable fundraiser. And oh yeah, by the way, somebody who's Wisconsin. I got it in Josh Moon. So this is just me saying, hey, we're in the same system. Why not? I also look, I actually think that for an athletic department, here's what people have to understand. I know that we say things are non-traditional. I was a non-traditional hire. That would be a non-traditional move. Forget tradition. This is a different business than there has ever been in college sports.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't tell me you have 30 years of experience. No, you don't. No one has 30 years of experience. Everything is new. It has changed. I've been here for a year and 11 months, and it has changed dramatically in a year and 11 months. So don't tell me about experience. Okay. I got to check boxes if I'm running Madison on what works in this state, what works in this new world order, what gives us the best chance to succeed. And oh yeah, by the way, again, like I don't want to lose them. I got awesome bosses, but they'd probably be less expensive than going and getting a sitting Power 4 president or a sitting Power 4 athletic director. So that's my thought behind that tweet.
I love it. Absolutely love it. We love you. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining. Sorry we can't
Thanks,
talk
Doug.
for 2 segments today. Please, dear God, please let Doug come back next Wednesday because it's the greatest segment in sports radio. Amen.
We appreciate you.
Go Phoenix.
Bye, DG.
Doug Gottlieb, the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Joining us next, Randall Cobb. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are inside Wisconsin sports with Trevor and Josh. Don't go anywhere.
squints. Rogers gets out. Floats it. Cobb! Touchdown! Randall Cobb!
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. And joining us now, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Ladies and gentlemen, he's on the bus right now. Randall Cobb, the Green Bay Packers' great wide receiver, now touring the state. Randall, first off, great to meet you, man, and thank you for jumping on with us. We appreciate it.
Great to meet you all as well. Yeah, it's been a fun 24 hours so far.
Yeah, we've only just begun. So you're on the tour, the Packers tailgate tour from the bus. I know you can't tell us where you're going. That's all a big secret, which is really, really cool. But you already made a few stops. What is it like for you to be back here in Wisconsin and seeing the fans once again?
It's great. You know, I always enjoy coming back and being a part of the community outreach. Our fans are so great, and just having the opportunity to come back and be a part of the tailgate tour, it's always a blast. And just being able to interact with the fans and relive those moments, because we have those shared memories together. Obviously, I was on the field, but the fans remember it from their perspective and where they were, and just being able to have the conversation about those moments just brings it all back.
Randall, you're also there with some former teammates. It's not like you're on that big bus by yourself. How is that, too, going around and having this experience, but with some former teammates as well?
It's great. I think that's the best part, is because, you know, we're all out living our lives, and we try to keep up as best we can. But to be able to sit down and have conversations and relive old days and talk about our kids and youth sports and all the moments that, you know, we're having now as adults, and obviously having some of the young guys here that they're still playing, and, you know, telling them about our days, but also telling them to enjoy the moments. And you can't think about the next year because, you know, it all goes so fast, and it really does. I think that's the biggest thing, is we realize just how much time has passed since our playing days.
Randall, it's not like you weren't here but 5 years ago. It's back in my day, man.
It feels like a long time. It feels like a long time ago.
July 29th, 2021, when you came back to Green Bay, the first thing you did was kiss the hallowed grounds of Lambeau Field. Why?
I did. It's just such a special place. You know, you really, I knew it whenever I was here the first time, but once you leave and you go other places and you see the way that things are ran, other places, different organizations, it just gives you a great appreciation. And that's one thing that, you know, we've been telling Evan and Coop here. You know, they don't know anything other than, but, you know, me and JJ and D Bishop and B Jack have all gone somewhere else and played other places. So we know what it means to be a part of the organization and be fortunate enough to play for the Packers.
Yeah, and Randall, we heard a clip that we played earlier in the show about you kind of just talking about the current roster and the wide receiver room, and kind of, obviously there have been some changes that have happened even recently there with Wicks no longer being with the team. What is your outlook for those guys as the wide receiver room for this current Packers team kind of gets shooken up a little bit?
You know, I think it's exciting. You got some competitors. You got some guys that can really go. They got speed. They catch the ball really well. They run great routes. You know, obviously, Christian's fought some injuries through his career. Jay Reed has missed some time. You got Golden, who you know, I know I would think that a lot of people had higher expectations for him in year one, but that was a crowded room last year, and I think that expectation put on him was a little too much. I mean, if you look at it, I think he has the ability, but a big thing in the Packers offense and the Flores system is the understanding and knowing where to go and what to do. But you saw that he has the ability, especially in that Chicago game at the end of the season, the playoffs. And I look forward to seeing him take that second-year leap.
Randall Cobb, Packers wide receiver, joining us on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Packers tailgate tour, visiting fans around the state now through the 18th. We heard you talk to the media yesterday, and bring up somebody that had 25 catches, 375 yards, and 1 receiving touchdowns in his first year. That's Matthew. Oh, no, that was Randall Cobb that had that, actually. That was your first season. And you were comparing what to expect from Matthew Golden. Can you take us back to your first year? And was that hard for you, not being in the mix as much as you know you could have been in terms of impact?
For sure. I think as a competitor, everybody wants to be on the field and wants to show what they can do. And I think he has all the ability in the world. But yeah, it is difficult, and it's nice when you have teammates that's able to push you, but also keep you grounded and remind you that the time is going to come. You keep pressing and keep working hard and practice and make the most of the opportunity. I don't know if anyone thought that I would do what I did in year 2, but that was the cause of injuries. It gave me more opportunity, and I just had to make the most of those opportunities, and I tried to do my best with that.
Speaking of opportunities, Randall, a lot of Packers fans are saying we need to find a way to take advantage of opportunities, this current team, to get out of that 7th seed spot and get back to the winning ways that is the expectation for the Packers and taking over the division again. What is going to be that secret sauce, that key for this Packers team this coming season?
The big thing I would say when you look at what's happening now, they got a great roster. They got a great team. Unfortunately, they had a few injuries last year to kind of put them in a position. I'm walking off the bus right now, so I'm gonna keep talking to you, but just know that I'm moving. I'm on the move.
I like it.
But yes, we are. I think that they have all the ability, and the biggest thing for them is just going to be stacking those wins together and find a way to close out some games. They played really well last year, and that's the NFL. It's going to come down to 7 points. Most of those games end in 7 points, and finding a way to close out the game and not give it away like the Chicago playoff game. Like that game, they had that bagged and wrapped and ready to go. I'm ready to move on to the next round, and you got to play 60 minutes. That's why the game is what it is.
Randall Cobb, we know you got to go. Whose basement did you guys crash in last night when the storms got bad? I would imagine it'd be like, hey guys, don't mind us.
Hey, you know what's crazy is I was at the hotel and we all got this alert. We're sitting at dinner and we got this alert that there was an imminent threat of a tornado coming, and I hopped up and ran to the basement. I'm like, look, I don't know about y'all, but I've had a fire at my house recently. I've had a tree fall on my house. I'm not taking any chances with this. So I was hiding out for sure.
It turns out he's still fast. Who knew?
I can get out of there. Yes.
Randall, we appreciate you, man. Have a great trip. Thanks for jumping on with us for a quick few. And we have such fond memories of you. Try to bring that back to life for all these fans. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Randall.
We'll see you.
All right.
Randall Cobb, Green Bay Packers wide receiver, joining us on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline. Powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. I think I can say this. It's 8:36. They just pulled in it's no secret anymore, Josh, right? I'm like, I'm second guessing this going on. They told the media not to talk about this, but I think the cat's out of the bag. Am I right?
I don't know. It's about to be if it's not. I'm not dumping it, so.
They're at Washington Park High School in Racine.
Go, go, go. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Really awesome.
Yeah.
Yesterday they made stops at Johnsonville and in Port Washington. And they were with a fundraising piece for Habitat for Humanity. And they make random stops too. It is just one of the coolest things. And Ed Policy said yesterday, as they were starting, that there's no other NFL team that does this. And it really is special for the fans. And you heard it from Randall, for the players. How cool is it with him and James Jones and so many of the other guys, Edgerrin Cooper from the current team, all on the bus, getting out in Wisconsin and even a neighboring state or two, and just simply saying thanks. It is so cool to be a part of the G.
Well said. Well said. It's a cool thing that they do. And can I just say, is it just like Wisconsin, we're big fans of bus tours? Like, how much do we still talk about Pat Murphy's, bus tour over the off season? And now, the Packers are out doing their tailgate tour, which they've done for years. This isn't the first time, but we love it. We love it when our teams are driving all over the state and saying hi.
We've asked people that have been on the show for years, what's different about us? And they all have an answer. Wisconsin, in terms of our sports fandom, our passion, a lot of times for the good, sometimes for the booze. It happens. But at the end of the day, it'd be hard for me to believe that nobody has. Listen, we're the best. That's what I'm trying to say. We're the best.
Yeah,
and
that's
people
all
know
you
it.
Yeah.
The players know it. The fans know it. That's why the state of Wisconsin comes out anytime there's an opportunity to support things like this, like the Packers bus tour across the state of Wisconsin. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll cross over with our friends from 9 to noon with John Kuhn and Rami Makloff, see what's up for them, and also get their take on the whole Boo Bird thing. I mean, Rami's a Cubs fan. If it's him, he's used to it.
It is
this.
Rami, yeah.
Oh, good. He's used to booing his team.
True.
We'll see what he thinks. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Thanks to Randall Cobb and the Packers for making that happen. That was great.
Absolutely. You bring your cravings, Wendy's will bring the rewards. Download the Wendy's app today and start earning rewards. Wendy's rewards are fast, free, and full of flavor. Get 200 bonus reward points and a free 10-piece nugs just for signing up. Earn points on every order and trade them for fries, burgers, and more. Earn free eats faster than you can say fresh, never frozen. Loyalty has never tasted so good.
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Rami Makloff from 9 to noon with John Kuhn, and Rami Makloff joins us now as we cross over with our friends. Gross. I can't see his face. I can only see the Cubs hat. That's nasty. Now I can see your face. It didn't get much better. Now I see your belly.
I'd rather see that. Between the two, show me your belly more than your hat.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cameras
First
focused.
off,
there we go.
Rami, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, hi.
Secondly, it was Radio 101 in the break. Josh said to Rami,
I definitely
did you see what happened? And Rami goes, no, I know what you're talking about. I'm like, shut up.
Well, I wasn't sure what he was talking about because everything happened since I left town.
Also true,
literally
including this.
Including this.
Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers, Thanasis and Alex, hosted a pop-up event at their clothing store in Deer District. A big crowd gathered with just a few hours' notice. Fans lining up down the block, excited to meet the NBA All-Star and his brothers. And although many Bucks fans are nervous Giannis might leave Milwaukee, they were still very thrilled to see him.
Him being here brought to the city and recreated the city and allowed downtown to flourish and grow. I mean, it means everything.
If I never get to see
Don't let it play. I'm gonna let music play.
You gotta let it play, yeah.
or if I never get
I mean, Giannis is tall. Yep, that happened.
I met Giannis.
That's pretty great. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, buddy.
Might be your last chance.
Audio courtesy of CBS 58, by the way. Our thanks to them for doing a story on that and interviewing Josh for the story. Why did they interview Josh, Rami? Because he was the first freaking person in line for about 3.5 hours.
I was in line. I sat there for almost 4 hours, yeah. Rami,
you have children.
Rami,
children.
I didn't last night. Last night I didn't. I've been trying to meet him for 6 years, and it all culminated yesterday.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And I guess worth the sacrifice that you made of not parenting for a day.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
the sacrifice your wife made, really.
I mean, I let her know.
Or whoever the child care was.
I let her know. I said, hey, sorry, this is going to happen. She knew. She was like, oh, crap. Okay, yeah, you've only been talking and freaking out about it for 6 years. Yeah, fine, get it done. I got
you have said you could die a happy man if you ever met Giannis.
Yeah.
Like, no good spouse is going to keep their spouse from doing something that would let them die a happy person.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't happy about the fact that
even though it has nothing to do with the spouse.
Right. She's not happy about the fact that is why I would die a happy man. Not because I have a great family and have lived a great life.
Not like walking your daughter down the aisle or
no, I got to meet Giannis. That was it, you know.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would imagine that your vacation was amazing. Rami, how was it, buddy?
It was pretty awesome, man. We went to what is it called? Zion National Park in Utah, in Springdale, Utah. Man, what a beautiful part of the country that is. I know, like, people, and I do it too. Like, we crap on these smaller, more rural parts of the country, and there's nothing to do there, and who lives there, and everything else. You go there, man, and you're just like awestruck by the beauty of a place like that. And I was talking to John Kuhn about it in our pre-show meeting, and when he goes to places like that, he has the same thought that I do. Like, when you're driving through those valleys and you see the size of these mountains and things like that, you're like, wow, we are just a speck of dust on this big marble hurling through space. That's all we are on this truth. It is amazing. Like, if you ever have a chance to go down there and take that in, it is a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. I've been there before, but it never ceases to amaze me how beautiful that part of the country is.
I love that. That's great.
When you were gone, though, you did miss the last Bucks home game.
I missed everything. While
that's what vacation is.
Well, except for the fact that I know that you were also flying the flag of Giannis stays. Listen to Giannis, Everything's going to be okay. And now, first thing I hear back from you here is, I hope you enjoyed that because it might be the last time. What doubt built up in your mind when you went to Utah?
I mean, it is possible that I don't think it's as certain as much a foregone conclusion as some would have you believe, but it's entirely possible, Josh, that he has played his last game as a Milwaukee Buck, and I'm not going to sit here and act like that's not a possibility. That'd be naive. That'd be putting the blinders on, and that's something I try not to do. I think there is I think it's honestly, and most people don't think the odds are this good for the Bucks to keep Giannis. I think it's probably about 50-50 that Giannis is a Buck going into next year.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I think
what
that's
50%
best case scenario.
What 50% of you thinks he's going to stay? That's what I want to know.
I'll tell you. It's this, and it's what I keep saying. It's not so easy to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo because there are two criteria that need to be met. I don't think this relationship is broken between Giannis and the Bucks. Maybe fractured, like he said. Maybe they need to go to some sort of couples therapy or something like that. But regardless of what happened this season and how ugly it ended with the dispute between the two parties, Giannis wanted to play. They didn't want to let him play and ultimately didn't let him play. Two criteria need to be met. One, you have to meet the asking price of the Milwaukee Bucks, and it is not cheap to acquire a Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's 4 first-round picks for a Desmond Bane or a Rudy Gobert. It's 5 or 6 first-round picks for a Giannis, if that's the market. Yeah. And the other part of the equation is you have to be, once you give up those resources, those assets that it takes to get a Giannis from the Bucks to meet the Bucks asking price, do you still have a team that gives him a better chance of winning a championship? And there aren't a lot of teams or a lot of scenarios out there that I see that meet both those criteria. Why would Giannis want to get traded to a team where he has just as good or worse of a chance to win a championship as he has here? I tend to believe Giannis when he says, I want to stay in Milwaukee, but I want to win championships. If the Bucks can provide a plan, put a plan in front of Giannis that says, look, this is what we're going to do. And he looks around and says, well, I guess that's my best chance to win a championship. I entirely believe he would consider signing that Supermax and staying a Milwaukee Buck.
Okay, but don't you, and really quick here, but don't you think that there's leverage with Giannis being able to choose what that team is, knowing that if him and the Bucks can't come to an agreement on where he would go, that then he would be like, fine, then keep me here. I'll just play out my contract. And then I'll go wherever I need.
On some level, yes.
Or they trade him to a crappy team, but it's for a year. And then he gets to go play wherever he wants.
Nobody is trading for Giannis without some assurance that he's sticking around and signing an extension. Nobody is doing that. So Giannis does hold cards in this for sure. There's no doubt about it. But again, find me the team that's going to give up what it takes to get a Giannis and is a better situation than what he has here.
Rami Makloff, John Kuhn, 9 to noon is up next here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Those studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Our thanks today to, Giannis for
thank you, Giannis.
Dreams come to life. We appreciate that. That was a fun remembrance today, and now it's done. So what are we going to talk about now?
Probably
thanks to Doug
Giannis.
Gottlieb for showing up on a Wednesday. Really appreciate that.
Amen.
Prayer works, people. And thanks to the Green Bay Packers and the Green Bay Packers Give Back and Randall Cobb for joining us by surprise, completely unannounced. It was awesome to catch up with him. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Why? Because you're the best, and we love you, and we love Wisconsin. And so on that note, we will see you tomorrow morning here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Yep, stay safe for now, and we'll see you tomorrow because we're not done yet.